What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clay's Coins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you guys some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. Today we're going to be looking at Ethereum 2.0 being scrapped. Is Ethereum dead now? What does the future hold for Ethereum? ETH 2.0 is no longer coming out, and what does that mean? We're going to get into all that today, and hopefully I can, give you guys a breath of fresh air and clear up some of this fear, uncertainty, and doubt in what's going on in the crypto market. Before we do, I got to do the YouTube thing, so why don't you guys go ahead and help me out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll actually give you a moment to do that right now. Dope. Thank you so much. I will say real quick, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about on this channel or in this video. I gotta say that for you guys. This isn't really a what to buy video. This is more of information and for educational purposes, but throw that in there always to be safe. First things first. Is Ethereum dead? No, it's not. It's okay. We're all right. Ethereum 2.0 is canceled, but realistically, we're looking at just a semantic event. All this is a change of words. They're really trying to clear up some. They're taking a different path. The roadmap hasn't changed other than the verbiage is used. So, we don't have to worry about anything like that. If you have Ethereum staked waiting on Ethereum 2.0, you don't have to worry about losing it or anything like that. All it is the only thing that you can really expect to change is no longer hearing about Ethereum 1.0 or Ethereum 2.0, and you'll hear about them as the execution layer and the consensus layer, respectively. So that's all you have to worry about. Instead of hearing Ethereum 2.0 now, you'll hear the consensus layer. So it's proving that they really want to hammer home the fact that this is not a entirely separate protocol. This is simply a network upgrade. And they're doing this for a lot of positive reasons and really just to avoid any FUD in the future, which is, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But they're doing this to, to avoid confusion and misunderstanding in what the upgrade is. Investors may view 1.0 and 2.0 as separate assets when they're in no way are they. It's more or less, an upgrade that's going to make a complete Ethereum, and they're referring to it as a broken mental model for what the merger actually is. With confusion, with misunderstanding, misinformation, you always have the opportunity for scammers and people who prey on others' innocence and ignorance, and they're avoiding that right off the bat. They really want to get this taken care of before it even happens. It's a preemptive attack at the scammers who are going to prey on people's ignorance in the sense of what to do with Ethereum to get it to Ethereum 2.0, and which is nothing. You don't have to do anything. If you have Ethereum, once the upgrade comes out, it'll automatically be upgraded. If you have it staked, you don't have to worry about it at all. There's nothing you as an individual investor have to do when it comes to this upgrade from the execution layer to the consensus layer. There's nothing whatsoever. So anyone who tells you that you have to do is trying to scam you out of your money, and that those people deserve a special place and you know where. Which leads me into, down in the comments section, please be wary. Anyone who you see with a very, very long-winded comment about Bitcoin, and you'll always see a first and last name or a Mr. Davis or Mrs. Karen something, and talking about a broker that they use that made them so much money. All of that is spam. All of that is scammers. None of that is true. Anytime someone's asking you about a WhatsApp or a Telegram, all that is fake. I try to go through and clear out as much of that as I can, but it's hard to keep up with sometimes. YouTube does a pretty good job of not allowing a lot of it to get through, but sometimes you'll notice instead of commenting themselves, they'll reply to comments, and that's a lot harder, I guess, for the algorithm to get at, but I've been trying to take care of them. But please, do your own research and never, don't put faith in someone in a comment section on YouTube. That's just a recipe for disaster. So I wanted to pull up the chart just to give you guys an update of what Ethereum's doing. We're still in this channel right here. Since the 22nd or so, we fell to the 2400 mark like I called. I called that almost perfectly to the day when we saw this big drop off. We're yet to see the 1800 test. We started to break under, but you'll notice we kept with this descending channel right here. We had a 1 confirmation and 2, and almost ignored the Fibonacci 2400 support, but now we're working our way back up to kind of hug that support line, which is really cool, just in the sense of, not in the sense of people being down 40 or 50%, that's not cool, but the sense of nature doing its thing and showing the channels and the channel support versus the Fibonacci support to both have meaning, but they don't have to correlate with each other. So that's cool. When in doubt, zoom out, all that good stuff. But we're going to dive a little deeper in it, and we're going to take a look on what the conversion will entail. I'll just leave the chart up for you guys. So we're going to take a look at the differences between Ethereum 1.0 and 2.0. Well, formerly known as. Ethereum 2.0, or the consensus layer, will no longer be mineable, which is very beneficial to the environmental concerns of power usage to mine certain cryptocurrency, the GPU, that the computing power that it takes to solve these algorithms is incredibly extensive, and so you'll pay attention to NVIDIA and AMD stock as well as these things start to roll out. A lot of the graphics cards that are the GPUs that they're using are not going to be picked up by the miners, so you're going to see a lot more abundance of those being available. They're not really too key on giving real statistics on how much of their sales are for miners, but with the amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum mining, solely just those two, that has been in existence for the last couple years, you can only imagine that when one of those giants step out of the mining field, that's going to be a huge player in the NVIDIA and AMD realm. So that's kind of a side topic, but just keep that in mind when you're watching. As Ethereum 2.0 comes out, you'll probably see a dip in AMD and NVIDIA, but that's the reason. So information, education, better understanding. I'm trying to get you guys all those all the time. So that way when it happens, you're competent. So you have confidence that the NVIDIA and AMD aren't going anywhere. There's a reason why these things happen, and when you understand that reasoning, you can have better belief in your plays, and that's the goal here. The consensus layer will also be moving to a proof of stake Ethereum chain, rather than the current proof of work model made famous by Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses proof of work to handle its smart contracts. Ethereum's moving away from that, which is why it's not going to be mineable. It's going to have an entirely different process in how it handles smart contracts, which is much more environmentally friendly. And the last I knew, Ethereum's the consensus layer is still looking at being a 2% annually deflationary asset, meaning that 2% will be wiped out every single year, so it will only in time get more and more valuable and deflate, which is the opposite of what we've been doing in America, where we've printed off 25% of US currency in the last 4 months. That's caused incredible inflation. When you add more currency, it creates inflation. When you take currency away, it creates deflation. Simple as that. Formerly known, ETH 2.0 acts as a network upgrade rather than a separate protocol, meaning any current Ethereum held will be automatically converted into the new version, which is what I mean. You guys don't have to do anything personally to take advantage of this merger or anything like that. Looking at Ethereum right now, at the time of this recording, guys, we're looking at 2,477 as it just changed, which is up 1.92% on the day. Earlier today, J-Pow came out, the Fed, and essentially said absolutely nothing, and that we're waiting until March 16th now for the next Fed meeting. So hopefully we'll address some rate hikes then, just to rip the Band-Aid off and get it over and done with, so we can clear up this FUD and especially this uncertainty going on in the market right now. You're seeing a perfect example of how the crypto market, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, which paved the way for all other cryptocurrencies, how correlated they are with the stock market. And if you don't believe me, look up some charts. There's some articles coming out right now because we're setting record levels of correlation between Bitcoin and I believe it was the S&P 500, or might have been the NASDAQ, but they're, when one drops, the other drops, and it's really, really showing itself to be true right now, which is cool to see, just because it gives you a little bit more of that prediction factor, in the sense of you see the stock market start to do something, so then Bitcoin's going to react. And then if you have altcoins, you already know when the stock market happens, Bitcoin's going to react, the altcoins are going to react. So if you see something happen originally, you can move around your altcoins to capitalize on that preemptively, before the big kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news event. almost guaranteed. One thing I wanted to show you guys real quick was the volume for the last 24 hours. You can see is up 31%. 31% more volume has been traded in the last 24 hours, which is crazy. Around 25th and 26th, we were supposed to have the Fed talk, which was today. And, $20 million worth of, or was that billion? Yeah, $20 billion worth of Ethereum has been traded in the last 24 hours, which is absolutely insane when you have a market cap of almost $300 billion and 7% of that has been traded in the last 24 hours. That's an impressive statistic in itself, and it shows that, Ethereum is in no way dead. So don't worry about the article headlines you're seeing. And looking at the coin price forecast for Ethereum, this is honestly, in my opinion, a rather conservative price forecast, which hammers home the, because some forecasts, some prediction sites, some dev teams behind them have, you can see most of them will have a very conservative estimate for coins, and then another one will have a very hyperbolistic estimation for the coins, meaning that they're going to just, their predictions when you see them sometimes, like 100K Bitcoin by the end of the last year. How'd that work out? We ended up seeing like a 30K Bitcoin. So, take all predictions with a grain of salt, but this one is more conservative than my estimates. I think we'll still see a $5,000 Ethereum by the end of this year. If we see a $5,000 Bitcoin, something's wrong. But the $5,000 Ethereum by the end of this year, I think is absolutely still in the works, especially with everything with the consensus layer taking off. If that can go smoothly, I think Ethereum looks very promising. And which leads us down to the question, what does this mean for the future of Ethereum? I believe this is creating a very healthy competition between Cardano, Solana, and Avalanche. All of these are smart contract solutions, platforms that have, competed with each other over the last little bit of time. Solana and Avalanche really coming up big over the last year or two, and with healthy competition, which we learn in a free market society, you can see it happen in real time. Competition is often really good because we'll see constant improvements across the board to stay relevant while exterminating the less desirable protocols and weeding out kind of the worst ones. When you put it in layman's terms, whenever you have competition, the good ones are shown bright and the poor ones are dimmed pretty often, and as you see over time, those things will end up repeating each other. And the dev team is eyeing a tentative release date of June of this year for the consensus layer of Ethereum, or formerly known as Ethereum 2.0. However, the Ethereum team has already had their sights on the future upgrades, including shard chains on top of the beacon chain, which is, if you didn't know, the backbone for this whole consensus proof of stake movement. The beacon chain is a big pillar in Ethereum 2.0 becoming what it is projected to be. Essentially, that's one of their key factors in this whole merger is the beacon chain, and the proof of stake are multiplying the number of available consensus chains by 64, and we can expect that chain multiplication to occur as early as 2023, with more coming out after, which is absolutely insane. They are in an unprecedented exponential way enhancing the scalability, profitability, and speed of Ethereum continually. And that's why you see, as of right now, Ethereum is 2,400. You look at 2033, conservative estimate, in my opinion, $15,000 Ethereum. I think by then it's very reasonable to assume, with the way cryptocurrency and the metaverse, everything in this whole movement, and look at the last 11 years. If you went back to 2011, 2010, just the advances in technology that you use on a day-to-day basis, nothing extreme, not getting into like the James Webb Space Telescope or anything, SpaceX, anything like that, putting all that aside, just what you interact with on a day-to-day basis, how much that has changed over the last 10 years versus how much it's, it almost makes predictions in the future for what the world will look like impossible, because the technological revolution over the past half a century has been unprecedented, and we have gone through so many quick cycles of new tech that it's almost hard to keep up with. So Ethereum being 15,000 in 10 years is 100% feasible, and I would argue that seeing Ethereum at $50,000 in the next 10 years would not be extreme, especially with the deflationary asset coming into play. You're talking about 2% annually. You're looking at a 20% deflation over a 10-year period. Those are good numbers for anyone who's investing. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on what was going on with Ethereum. I've seen a lot of articles, a lot of headlines. I didn't want any uncertainty out there. Figured I'd do some research and let you guys know what was going on, things to look forward to, and what to expect that won't happen. So don't be surprised if you don't hear that Ethereum 2.0 terminology anymore. Like I said, it's merely a semantic thing that they're pushing out right now. They just pretty much made it official. If you'll actually notice, a lot of the devs from Ethereum haven't used the term Ethereum 2.0 in a few months at this point. So there was definitely a reason for that. They want to, when people have big things in the works, it's generally not a public thing. It's usually kept behind wraps, just so things don't leak. And I think they've done a very good job with that. So especially with how in the media Vitalik has come, the creator of Ethereum. I have a lot of hope. I'm a big fan of Ethereum, and I think, them clearing everything up and showing that they care about letting the community know and offering us up the continued transparency is very admirable on their behalf. So I did want to leave you guys with one question. I want you guys to ask yourself, with the recent state of the crypto market, the stock market, and everything like that, because this is really going to tell you who you are as an investor and how you need to manage your emotions as an investor. If you bought Ethereum when it was $4,000 a coin, and you're not buying it at $2,400 a coin, why? That's a very good question you need to ask yourself. I'm not going to give you an answer because that's for you to determine. I want you to do some internal dialect on that and really figure out why you're scared to buy it when it's closer to 2,000 than you were when it was closer to 5,000. Because there's a big reason there. And, make sure you're not jumping into FOMO and you're not doing what the institutional investors want us to do, which is panic selling right now and not scooping up these incredibly discount clearance prices. Do you guys like the clearance aisle when you go into stores? Because, even if you have money, clearance is always good. If something's usually $10 and you can get it for like $4 or $5, isn't that a good thing? Apply the exact same thing to the, strong conviction plays you have on cryptocurrency. Obviously, if something you have no idea about is plummeting, and it doesn't look like it's not a good fundamental play, then take a look at that. But if it's a good fundamental strong play, then you're simply just getting it at a discount, and your chance for potential profit is growing with every time you bring your average cost down. You're bringing that potential of profit up. So keep that in mind. I want you guys to have a great day and stay warm out there in this crypto winter because it's getting chilly and this weekend's going to be bad. Just wait. So, thank you guys.